Jason Jones is a film producer, author, activist, popular podcast host, human rights worker. He's president of the Human Rights Education Organization, HERO, and the director of the Vulnerable People Project. In 2006, he was executive producer of Bella, which won several film industry awards, most notably the People's Choice Award at the 2006 Toronto International Film Festival. I've known Jason as a fierce warrior for humanity, serving the call of Christ. He's done so many amazing things, including rescuing people in the most troubled parts of the world. He has a new book out, The Great Campaign Against the Great Reset, and I've invited him to the Economic War Room to share his powerful perspective. Welcome, Jason.
Good to see you, brother.
Good to see you. All right, I've been reading your book, and it takes a very different approach to the Great Reset. I mean, traditional Great Reset is scare us all. I think you even said it in the book. It's scary campfire stories. Mm-hmm. Scare us all, and then send us money. That's kind of the answer. Here's your political answer. Vote for the. You take a very different approach to how, number one, we uncover the Great Reset and realize where it's coming from, and number two, how do we respond to it?
Yeah, I think I approach the Great Reset, I think, through two unique lenses because of the nature of my work running the Vulnerable People Project. For over 20 years, I've served ethnic and religious communities facing genocide. I've been very engaged in the pro-life movement since I was a young man. And so I look at this through sort of an anthropological. I look at the Great Reset through it's really a war on the Christian understanding of the human person. The Christian understanding of the human person first revealed in the Jewish scriptures that we are made in the image and likeness of God, and then more fully exemplified through the incarnation of Jesus Christ. This vision of the human person changed everything. When I was a young atheist and I would hear Christians talk about the good news, I thought that was so corny. They should come up with something different. That's strange. It just struck me as strange. But when you realize when the gospel, the good news, collided with these civilizations that were brutal and cruel, and how they viewed themselves, how not only how they saw others, but how they saw themselves was so far from the truth of their dignity. You can still see it in the world today, where the Yazidi in Iraq, Christians, Jews, and Muslims won't eat something that a Yazidi touches. In India, you have the Dalit who are taught that they're less than human, and sadly, they will believe this about themselves. When the gospel arrives and says, not only are you not less than human, you are created a little lower than the angels, we're told, and even more mysterious, you're created in the image and likeness of God. This vision of the human person is an obstacle to ideological thuggery, to tyranny.
You even
to
use the
despotism.
term, the new ideologies of evil. What does that mean?
Well, in many, they're not actually new, but they're new manifestations of dark ideologies that have lurked forever. Those ideologies are victimism, transhumanism, Gnosticism, anti-humanism, and climate cultism. But I think the one that is really new, and new in being it is a response to the gospel of Jesus Christ. It's called victimism. Today, you can look at the war in Gaza. Both sides are appealing to us that they're the victims, both sides.
Right.
And the reason they have to do this is because the gospel of Jesus Christ has really conquered the heart of the world, in that we have a heart for the victim.
Right.
You can't imagine somebody appealing to Caesar, hey, side with us, we're the weaker party here. That's not going to work. So
it's the greatest victim wins, almost. And, well, I had this happen
but they're
to
not
me.
the real victim, right?
Yeah.
So what victimism is feigning concern for the vulnerable to acquire wealth and power at the expense of the vulnerable. So I'll give you an example. Two great obvious examples of the border. There's a powerful new ad campaign out from Catholic Vote called Protect the Vulnerable, Secure the Border. Every 11 seconds, an American child dies from fentanyl. I don't know anyone who doesn't know a young person who's died from fentanyl. I don't know anyone.